Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna do the basics of decoy spreading. This is just for a basic water spread. We have a dozen decoys here with us. We're on the little boat, which you guys are gonna see some of that to come. Might do a little video with this thing here soon, and Randy got another little surprise. But the way we're gonna start off today is every time that you go on water, this is just the basics, you want to go to the upwind side of the water, because birds will always land into the wind for the most part. They don't, especially if the wind's ripping. You have to get on that upwind side so that they land coming into you. So basically today we have a south wind, and we're going to go down to that side of the lake and kind of find a nice little spot to tuck up and hide. So stay tuned. Okay, we found our spot downwind. As you can see, the ripples of the water are moving off that way. And if you look around us here, we kind of have a good hide with these down trees. That's a very important part. Before we get anything else started, the one single-handed most important part about hunting and where to put your spread and any spread at all that you do, if you're in the right spot, if you go scout the birds and you know where they're landing and where they want to be, at what time of day, whatever, when you're gonna hunt them, you won't even need decoys if you're in the right spot. These help a lot, but that just needed to be said, because that's the single-handed most important thing I feel in waterfowl hunting, is scouting and being in the right spot. Okay, so we have a dozen decoys on Texas rigs. These are dive bomb 48 inches, something like that. I don't know. Got them on this little clip, super nice. I always tie mine in a little knot like this because it keeps them from getting all tangled up with each other, and it's super easy to just come over, unhook them, nothing to it. Just like that, nothing to it. Okay, I'll get out of the boat. So what I'm going to do out here is basically I'm going to take the decoys and make sort of a U shape kind of, and I'll start throwing them. And you'll kind of see the shape that it takes, and I'll explain to you when I get that shape why I do it like that. Like I said, this is the basics of decoy spreading, so if you don't think that this is the most professional way to do it, I'm sorry. This is the basics. We'll have more videos over more advanced decoy spreads, I guess you could say. Not that we're pros, but we've picked up a few tricks of our own. Okay. I'm gonna send this half dozen all out to the left. And it's gonna be a pretty small pocket that I make, but it's because I only have a dozen, and this is all you need for most situations, maybe even a half dozen. I miss throwing decoys in the water. Something about that splash sound, right? Oh, one more thing I want to mention, and I think that this is pretty important. It's kind of been beaten into my head over my years of hunting, but all your decoys rig up on either one side or the other. Those are both on the back, that one's on the front. I would rig most of them on the front. I'd say out of a dozen, maybe 2 or 3 rigged on the back. That way all the decoys aren't facing the same exact way, because from what I've been taught, when ducks all face the same way, they're getting ready to get up and fly. So that might not invite any birds that are checking out your spread. They might think that, oh, those ducks are about to leave. That's just a little thing I would say. Rig up a couple of your decoys the other way so they face a different direction if the wind's all pushing it out of the same way. Also, those two right there, you see them? They're really close together. They're probably okay, but you definitely don't want to have any that touch each other. I don't like that. That's kind of another thing I've been taught as a no-no. That'll be kind of my end one, and then I'll just kind of fill in and make it look natural from there. Okay, now obviously you're going to want to hide your boat. Okay, so now basically what my thought process is here, with these kind of winged out like that and filled in, that's the most open spot and the easiest to land, and that's kind of where you would want to line up roughly to shoot. Is you would want the ducks ideally to die right there in that hole. Should be easy. I will tell you, like teal season, we're just gonna set up like this almost every time, because you're gonna absolutely kill them like this. If you have a mojo, use it. I would put it on number 2 or 3 out on one of the wings, kind of facing in. I wouldn't put it directly in the center because one of your buddies might shoot it.